Hello team and welcome back to the channel. So before starting the video, I would request you please subscribe to the channel. It keeps me motivated to keep making hands-on videos as well as complete free courses for you on YouTube. Okay, yeah. So coming to today's video, so basically I will explain you along with proof how did I get 3 offer letters in 10 days. Okay, so just for you that I'm not kidding or I'm not joking, here is the offer letter that you can see on the screen. First one is for Deloitte, second one is for HCL, and third one is for product-based company. Okay, so I'm gonna explain you how did I get the offers within 10 days, how did I qualify for interviews, and what strategies I followed to get qualified. Okay, to get the job or job offers from these 3 companies. Okay, yeah. So exact things whatever I followed, I'm gonna explain you. It's not rocket science. It's simple things which you need to follow, and I can guarantee you 100% that you can qualify or for any interview that you are gonna give, specifically for DevOps engineer. Okay. So with that being said, let's get started. Meanwhile, one more thing I would let you know that if you are in case you are preparing for DevOps engineer interviews, so I have a program going on for 2 months, which is dedicated sessions. Okay, where I guide everything from scratch, learning DevSecOps plus this cloud DevOps. Okay, and the highlights of that course is that I'm gonna explain you 6 corporate level projects, their architecture, how they are built and deployed, and my role as a DevOps engineer for those projects. So if you are going for interviews, those are the things that is going to be helping you a lot. Okay, yeah, so details you can find in the description. If interested, you can enroll. So coming to today's topic, so yeah, let me explain you how did I prepare. Okay, so first thing that you should know, how to prepare every single topic that you mentioned in your resume. Okay, so let's say I'm preparing for Ansible. Okay, so there are 4 to 5 key points, which is the strategy which I follow to learn the specific tool. Okay, first thing that I learn about a tool is what is the tool and what problem does it solve. Okay, for example, for Ansible, I learned like what exactly is Ansible and what problem does it solve, because every tool in DevOps that exists because it solves a problem. Okay, in case you are not able to understand get the answer what problem does it solve, you can take help from ChatGPT. You can just type it what is Ansible and what problem does it solve, and it will give you a detailed answer with example. Okay, so first point that I usually learn is what is the tool and what problem does it solve, right? Okay, second point that I usually go for is the sample examples. Okay, when I say sample examples, that includes the implementation of the tool. Okay, I'm not saying that you should directly implement it, but you should even go for documentation or watch some videos. Do not implement right now. Okay, just watch it, how it is getting implemented. Okay, for example, like Ansible, we need to set Ansible on the server, then we need to connect it to different worker nodes. Okay, or you can say agents also. Okay, so we should see the process, how does it happen, the flow. Okay, and then you know the process, the how you can implement it. Okay, so if you have time, definitely go for implementation. If you do not have time, make a note of it, write the process basically in steps which you can explain to interviewer when it comes. Okay, so I usually used to do there are many tools at the time. There was one tool which I did not have experience, but I wanted to explain it. So what I did, I learned in this way. First I learned what is the tool, what problem does it solve, how it is being implemented, that I learned. Okay, first thing, these are the 2 points first. Third point, you should see script of that tool. For example, like Ansible, Jenkins or Terraform, you can see the script. Basically, in case of Ansible, we can see the playbook. So search for on ChatGPT or even Google sample Ansible playbook. Okay, so when you see the sample Ansible playbook, then you can understand how exactly does it work. First thing, so initially these 3 points, what is the tool, what problem does it solve. Second point, how it is actually implemented. Third point, sample script of that tool. Okay, every tool has a sample script or sample commands that you should note it down. Definitely note it down, because I also used to do, right? I used to note down the basic commands for executing that thing. Okay, in case of Ansible, we have Ansible playbook commands, so you should note it down. Okay, fourth point that you should know, that I used to search for, I used to study, is how the tool is being used in corporate companies. Okay, So I used to search on Google for Ansible, like how it was being used in corporate companies. It was being used in my company for sure, but to make sure that I have multiple examples, I need to search on Google to understand in what ways it can be used in companies. Okay, for example, like I can say ki for me, what I used to do, like I used to provision, like I used to like install SonarQube and Nexus on VMs through Ansible scripts, that I can say. Okay, but there could be more and more like real-time scenarios with which Ansible can work, right? So same thing, I used to search on Google, or like at this point you can use ChatGPT also. Is to search key how the tool is being used in corporate cultures or corporate companies, okay, as well as in different corporate level projects, how it is being used. Okay, right. 4 or 5 points this happened. Next point that I used to go, and that is one of the most important, is different troubleshooting scenarios with the tool. Okay, so if I'm learning Ansible, Kubernetes, or any other tool, Docker or Beat, anything. Okay, last point that I used to see is a different kind of error that could occur in the Ansible or like whichever tool I'm studying. Okay, then I would see the troubleshooting part, how I can troubleshoot it. Okay, so these are 4 or 5 points that I would suggest do it, like learn in this way. Let me just repeat the points again. First, see what exactly is the tool. For example, let's say we are talking about Kubernetes. Okay, so first understand what is the tool. In addition to that, learn Kubernetes architecture. Whatever tool you are using, learn its architecture also. So that will come in the first point itself. Okay, and one more thing that should be in first point is what problem does it solve? What, like, why does this tool exist? What problem does it solve? Okay, so that will be the first point. Second point that you should know, how it can be implemented, okay, or how it can be set up. Because like if you are having Kubernetes, Ansible, Terraform, you need to install and set it up, right? So excuse me. So second point, you should see how it can be set up to get started for like by using the tool, right? These 2 points. Coming to third point, so third point would be you should see like how a sample script of the tool. Okay, for example, in case of Ansible, we should search for sample Ansible playbook. In case of Kubernetes, we should search for sample YAML manifest files. Okay, if you are working with Docker, you should see sample Docker files, okay, which will help you understand. Okay, next point, using those sample script, you should see or like try to implement, or if you do not have time to implement, you can search on Google or YouTube how we can like use a sample script. Like you can mention the task added in script, how we can implement this task. Okay, for example, if you are having Docker image, you can search key how we can build a if you are having Docker file, you can mention how we can build Docker image using Docker file, right? If you have like YAML manifest file for Kubernetes, you can search how we can build and deploy application using YAML files, right? If you are working with Ansible, you can see like can search how we can implement something using Ansible playbook. Okay, next point that you should definitely go for is see the real world scenarios. Okay, you can search on Google or ChatGPT how this tool is being used in corporate level companies or corporate level projects, and ChatGPT will give you a proper answer how exactly it is used. And in your question, if you write like show me example, so that will also be shown to you the example of these tools, okay, how they are being used in corporate companies. Last point, but one of the most important point that you should learn for these tools is like the troubleshooting, what kind of error occur in these tools while using, and how we can troubleshoot. That also you can get through ChatGPT. And if you are studying with these 4 or 5 points, 100% you will understand the tool inside out, how exactly it works and all. Okay, same thing I would say do for all the tools also. Let's say you are not able to implement things and you do not have time, and you are like on urgently you are preparing, okay, you do not have much time. In that case, my suggestion, take a notebook, take a pen, and while studying, whatever things you are not able to remember, or like you are forgetting it or not able to understand, write it down. Do not write the things that you already know. Write the things only that you are unable to remember or not able to understand, because this is the exact thing I used to do. I have notebooks written with so many of notes of all the different tools, with sample scripts I have written, so many things. Okay, specifically I used to write the things that I could not remember. Okay, there are like there are many Ansible commands at the time I was not able to remember, so I used to write it down. Okay, so these are the things that I used to follow and I used to qualify. If you are studying in this way, definitely you will qualify for interviews. Okay, And yeah, some of you might think that this is like he's saying very simple basic things, but in reality these are the 5 points that you need to understand about a single tool, and those are the things that will help you get a job or qualify for an interview. Okay, so yeah, I hope this video was useful, and I hope you study well as well as you qualify for a job. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a nice day.